on this page that he's really scared. No! Hugh Thomas was suddenly surrounded by an army of raccoons, led by the notorious rogue of them all, Mosley. "By my leave," shouted the bandit leader, "we'll be demanding a toll, little sir, and your wagon of fish will do nicely." "Wait," Hugh Thomas cried out, "that's not fair." "Not fair, says he," Mosley scoffed, "and what'll be fair to you? Half, maybe?" Hugh Thomas couldn't believe he was bargaining with a band of pirate raccoons. So bargaining means that he was making deals with this band or a group of raccoons. "Why, settle on half, mate, when we can take it all." Thinking fast, Hugh Thomas agreed. "A contest? That's it. We'll have a contest of some kind." Mosley laughed coarsely. "A contest it'll be. You win, we take half the catch. I win, we take it all. Mind you, that's as fair as it'll be getting." The boy agreed, not knowing what to expect. Swords, pistols, wrestling? Then, to his astonishment, Mosley whistled, and 2 black bears appeared. Reaching beneath a huge swamp cabbage, the pirate pulled out a 20-foot snake. "We'll skip rope," says I. And so the contest began. The bears turned and Mosley jumped. Hugh Thomas hadn't seen such fancy footwork in all his life. That rascal skipped so hard and so fast he was down in a pit when he finally missed on jump 5,552. His motley crew sent up a loud cheer. But Hugh Thomas held his own. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,050. Hugh Thomas jumped and jumped. 5,000. He was so tired. His legs hurt, but he jumped some more. 5,550. He managed just 3 more jumps before missing, but it was enough to win. 5,553. So friends, pausing here and looking at Hugh Thomas, remember we're still describing characters based on words and illustrations. So based on what's happening here in the text, we know that Hugh managed to beat the raccoons in this contest. So what words might we use to describe Hugh Thomas? I want you guys to just think about it for a second. What words will we use to describe Hugh Thomas based on the words and illustrations we see in this book, especially in this part of the book? So friends, the word that I would use to describe Hugh Thomas is determined. I would say he's determined because even though it must have been so hard, and we can tell it was so hard to beat this because he was really tired, but he kept moving, he kept doing it. Even though it was so difficult, he was very determined and he was able to beat the raccoons. So the word I would use is determined. Mosley was purely outdone. He went to grumbling and mumbling and swearing under his breath. But in the end, he made good on his word. "It takes me lickin', and now I'll be taking my fish." One by one, hundreds of masked bandits marched past the wagon and plucked a juicy treat. Then Mosley found the plumpest fish for himself and beckoned Hugh Thomas to hurry along. Even though his catch was cut by half again, Hugh Thomas still felt like a winner. Moving with purpose, he passed the large cypress stump called Napoleon's Elbow, then quit the swamp. Winding his way through the deserted grounds of the Mossland mansion, he held with tradition and threw part of his catch to the waterfowl that lived in the old garden pool. Since slavery times, fishermen believed that feeding these birds would bring them luck the next time out. "Thief! Thief!" A fish crow spied Hugh Thomas's catch and sent up a signal. Birds darkened the sky. They swooped down, speared their fish, and soared away, screeching, "Thief! Thief!" "Shoo!" shouted Hugh Thomas, but the birds chased him. and across the parish road and under the trestle, stopping just short of the first house in Free Jack's quarters. Chantilly, the neighbor's girl cat, was sunning on the porch steps. Her gray eyes were fixed on the wagon full of plump fish. "Hey, it's a Christmas gift," the cat shouted, excitement swelling in her words. "To see you, that is," she added in a soft purr. Hugh Thomas was surprised the cat was talking, and to him. Most of the time, Chantilly wouldn't even look in his direction. "It's not my custom to report on my mistress's whereabouts, but if you want to see Miss Challie Pearl, she's with Walter Edward, out back on the okra patch." Can't you hear them laughing together? Without thinking, Hugh Thomas hopped the fence and disappeared around the house. Sometime later, he came back with his friend in tow. He was talking all excited and explaining. "Come see for yourself. It was 1,000,000 fish." Challie Pearl stopped. "What 1,000,000? I see 3 little fish." Hugh Thomas was completely confused. Then he looked at Chantilly and understood. "You tricked me," he accused her. "You ate my fish." "Ate my fish? Say you did." The cat blinked innocently and cleaned her whiskers. Challie Pearl scooped up her pet. "You must be addled, Hugh Thomas. Come telling that whopper, then laying blame on my poor precious kitty cat." And she marched away in a huff. Meanwhile, a chorus of Chantilly's friends meowed contentedly as they licked their paws. If they meowed contentedly, that means they were very happy. With only 3 big fish left, Hugh Thomas followed the path to the backwater slough where Papa Daddy and Elder Abijah's houseboat was tied up. They were sitting on the front porch playing checkers. "Seems the bayou let you come away with a fine catch this morning," Elder Abijah said, smiling. "Best luck a fisherman can have is to catch just enough for dinner," Papa Daddy put in. "But I caught 1,000,000 more," the boy boasted. "What happened to them is a long story." Papa Daddy pulled his straw hat down over his eyes. Elder Abijah leaned back in the old cane chair, and both of them propped their feet up on the railing. "So, you've learned that the Bayou Clappeteau is a mighty strange place." Remember, they were saying that in the beginning of the book. "Tell us now, was it really 1,000,000? A smile broke across Hugh Thomas's face, and he winked his eye. "More or less," he answered, and started right in on his tail. So now that he has a story to tell, right? Just like the 2 elders did in the beginning. So I want you guys to go back through the story one more time, and I want you guys to think, what is one more word you might use to describe Hugh Thomas? Friends, I had such a fun time reading with you today. I'll see you guys tomorrow.